I think it's hard to do when they come in because they're collective camps. Everybody, you know, they've all been a superstar. So they're really good here, but I know when they go back to their orbits, it's like, you know, they're used to, you know, being the one always. And I'm sure just appreciating that they've really understood that the strength of this team is every single one of them. And I mean every one of them. Practice, the kids who don't always get in are golden. And hopefully that everybody in their orbits and can keep fanning what they're doing, because that gives us the best opportunity to win. And the team certainly is. They're all about it.
Taylor McKay has played particularly well the last couple of games, I think on both ends of the floor. What have you seen from her over the last couple of games?
I just really have seen consistency from her since the summer. And she's a great example of, like, you know, I'm ready when you want me to be in, you know, and I believe in, you know, if it's Kylie and Kylie's doing a heck of a job, go Kylie. If it's me that needs to be in and hit some dagger threes, I got you. And so I think her consistency, and, you know, we really challenged her. Like, I really tried to get her motivated, because everybody just wants to peg her as a shooter. And I just kind of would aggravate me. I said, you got to, you can pass. You know, if you get in the gym and get a little bit stronger, you can hold your own on defense. Don't buy into what everybody is saying about that you're just this one-dimensional, one of the best shooters. She is that. But I think we saw in that Penn State game, she's definitely a little more. She's the one guard that had beautiful 1-to-5 passes to Hannah. Hannah got hammered, didn't get the three-point play, but Taylor's vision was as good as I'd seen it. I think the Penn State game was one of Taylor's very best games, if not her best game she's ever had.
I know this program has kind of redefined what a quote-unquote big game is, but as big of a game could be on January 5th with a team that, you know, confidence-wise can certainly gain a lot. You know, how much is this an opportunity to take advantage of?
I think it's a great opportunity, but I think with our particular game, our team, and this league at this time, man, they're all big, because I think the teams that understand that, like even at Penn State, I think, you know, a general fan is like, well, they should win it. You should go there. I mean, Penn State, I was like, but there's just a lot of good players in this league, and there's a lot of competitors, and nothing is easy. So the big game, you know, this game's big on Sunday because we got the one on when we play Wednesday, Tuesday, whenever it was. And so I think, and I know that's coach speak, but I really think in this league, when you only get a shot at anybody one time, you know, it's like you can't, it's weird. You can't ever get that one back. You're like Penn State, like they lost it. They can't think, oh man, if we go to Iowa, we do this. You know, that's kind of the unfortunate part when the things get big, the conferences. So that game, thankfully, we got it. So yeah, when you play a ranked team, a team as good as Maryland, as well coached as Maryland at home, that's a heck of an opportunity. And they pose a lot of challenges. It's you know, to me, it's a vintage, you know, Brenda Frese Maryland team. Tough, fast, really explosive. Got a couple of people that can hit the three, rebound like crazy, physical as heck. We're going to press you, going to play some zone. They're going to really, you know, be tough, you know, player to player. So we're going to learn a lot this Sunday. We're going to see how all the prep's been, because this arguably will be the best team that we've played to date.
What's kind of the logistics as far as the Bluder thing, as far as how that's going to work? Is the team going to be sitting on the bench or on the court with her? What's that?
I feel like, man, I haven't thought that far ahead, but I think it's going to happen all at halftime. Oh. So I feel like that. So we'll have to watch a lot of it on video. They might introduce her a little bit before so we can partake in that. But I think what they're going to do is they'll need a little bit more time at half. So, you know, I'll get her with our team at some point. But, you know, she remains as humble, and I had to do some convincing. Marketing was like, she said she might be busy that day. And I'm like, I got it. And so, of course, Lisa's one of my best friends. I'm like, look, you need to do this. She's like, oh, I did the football thing. I said, you weren't even there. Remember when the marching band did that? She was getting an award down in Texas. I said, you need to do this. I said, it's done. And it's alumni weekend, and she, just really shies away from it. And I know she doesn't want to be a distraction, but I said, hey, you're the reason I'm here. A lot of people are here, so she will be there. I think the shenanigans mostly will happen at halftime, but I'll get her with our team at some point.
When you look at Maryland's starting lineup, and if it's the one from the last couple games, it's going to have 4 transfers in it, which is how Brenda Frese has built some of her teams. That doesn't always work for teams that bring in that type of talent from the portal. What from your vantage point, why do you think it works for her?
It really does with Brenda. Brenda's an excellent coach, great recruiter, knows her stuff. And so when she can get exactly what she wants and put it into what she does, and then they're seasoned players, that's the thing. If you get a player that, has been through it, right? They've had some of the ups and the downs at another spot, but their IQ is so high that there's not much explaining. It's just like, I want to do this, and they can do it because they've done it. Usually they've come from a pretty good school, but that IQ and their readiness, and she's just really, really good at, I respect Brenda a lot. Obviously being a native Iowan, there's a different level of respect and obviously coaching friendship, if you will. But I think some people can't do that. It takes too much time. But Brenda has shown over the time that when she gets those transfers, and all of us in the big, when you saw the portal action, keep going, you're like, oh geez, here we go. Because she just does that well. Other people can get the transfers, and it might take a little bit, but you could see from the very minute this team started gelling, it's why their record is what it is.
Forgive me for jumping ahead. Next month, though, 22's going in the Raptors. However, there's been some great players to wear number 22. Maybe who comes to mind, and what has their impact been on this program leading to?
All the 22s?
No.
Well, I mean, I really can know all the 22s.
Yeah.
Mary Burdo was a shooter from Washington, Iowa, and we'd recruited her at Drake, and she, we missed out on her there, and then we got to coach her a year here, and she was kind of not even thinking about maybe playing. You just kind of thought, maybe I'm done that last year, so we got her to come back, and she honestly had Caitlin range before Caitlin. She could shoot that far out, but the women's game, no one was seeing it as much. She didn't quite have the flair that Caitlin did when she would hit some of those. But I do remember Berto, we upset number 4 Purdue at home here. And I remember she hit a dagger from right inside the logo. And I remember her running down the court, right? So maybe there was a little something in Carver, little vibes attracting. Sam Logic. Sam was our breakthrough player, McDonald's All-American. Went to the Sweet 16 with Sam. Kathleen Doyle, just a great guard. And then she was that class, right, that didn't, with COVID, we had a really good year going. I think that could have been a Sweet 16 team. And then that was the weird year. We're giving COVID years to everybody, high school kids, and then the kids who really got hit by it, it's like the NCAA rules never thought about them, not even, I kind of wanted them to expand the potential field, I don't care, to 84, all of them, and give them something that maybe could have recognized that year. But, Kathleen was that Big Ten guard. And then, you have Caitlin, boy, just blew that number out of the water. So we really had a lot of nice 22s. And, I was just seeing a highlight of Caitlin the other day, and she's just a special kid that continued to do special things every night here, and obviously continuing to be special.
Over the last couple of games, Taylor McCabe has gotten some more minutes, and Kylie Fearbach's minutes have gone down. Have you guys done any consideration of potentially doing a lineup change, or are you still sticking with Kylie?
Yeah, every game you kind of weigh that. So we're continuing to weigh the positives, the the negatives. You know, sometimes some people play better coming off the bench, some people play better starting. So that's always a constant, in fluid, decision. But I think they're both so selfless that whatever decision we decide, they'll be good with it.
Sorry to go rogue and off topic
No.
here a little bit, but working on something.
I'm good at that. That's mostly
working
my
on
life.
something
I'm
else
rogue.
that you'd be a good person to talk to. Girls basketball participation in Iowa. I think when everybody went 5-on-5, it was like 22,000. Now I think last year was 6,100 in Iowa. What's going on? What can be done to kind of turn this thing around?
You know, I think it kind of starts with really the coaching, right? I think all of us at about every level, except maybe professionally, whatever you're coaching, age appropriately, it's a game, and you want to keep it fun. And kids will sign up when they perceive something as fun, right? And I feel like there's not a lot of people that want to ref anymore. There's certainly not a people that want to coach anymore. I mean, it's like all of it continues to, when you're in a public job, right? The venom that's thrown out at you, right? It's like, why are these coaches going to coach if they, get, no money, and it's a lot of work and a lot of times underappreciated. So I think that's the one thing. We don't have a lot of people that are signing up that really are embracing the fun of the game, but also, there's a lot of challenges that come with that. So I think we have to recruit some really great coaches. So many times, right? There's nobody in small schools. There's not a lot of people that want to sign up to do it. They don't have enough people, quality people that have experience to do it. I can't tell you how many calls I get. Hey, do you have any former players? We need a coach. And that's hard. So I think that's part of it. And then I think, it just kind of will ebb and flow of, what is perceived to be a fun thing to do, right? And basketball's hard. You run a lot. It's physical. There's more opportunities, different club things for people to do than there were 15, 20 years ago. So I think there has to be, a lot more emphasis in communities when they're first, second, third, fourth, fifth graders, getting them interested in the game. Dribbling and pivoting, lower the hoops. Dribbling, pivoting, lower the hoops, make it fun, shots, fun, all kind of contests. You fall in love with it when the game's fun. You can't just start in high school and all of a sudden, let's sign up and let's go to the well, right? So I think young, but I don't know how to solve the problem. It's just, I think, to me, multifaceted.